So what we're going to do is we're going to look at Leslie's shoulders. So just take a look at where her shoulders are resting right now. Is one higher than the other? Are they both kind of high? Or just notice how you feel when you take in Leslie. Just look at Leslie, tune in, and notice how you feel. What we're going to do is we're going to see if there's any old issues locked in the shoulders that can be released easily today. What we're doing is I'm just reaching in under her shoulder blade and looking for where the muscle is. Now, typically, here's the shoulder blade, and the muscle is meant to be loose and gliding effortlessly over the top of the shoulder blade. When we're totally loose, like that's just what's happening. When we get stressed out, this muscle gets tight and it actually gets locked underneath the blade. And then we end up walking around like this or like that.
Mm.
All we're doing here is finding out what caused that tension initially. Basically, the reason it's still there is that Leslie's forgotten why it got tight. So we're going to find out what created that initial tension. And when we do, as soon as we contact what created that tension, Leslie, or her body, or her subconscious mind, is going to recognize that it's not happening right now and that it's something that happened a long time ago. And as soon as that realization happens, the second realization is, oh, it's not happening and there's nothing to be stressed about. So
Mm.
it's over, there's nothing to worry about, and your body and the body just lets it go.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically the entire process. Does it ever feel like you've got to work harder than other people?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes. When did that start? Does that make you feel like you were less than other people, or you weren't worth as much as them, or what was your thought process back then? Or you just
Uh,
want to do other things?
yeah, I just want to do other things.
That's fine.
Hurry up
That's
and get
good.
the work done so I can go play.
Right.
Or yeah.
Right.
Uh,
Does it feel flatter on the
It
table?
does. Yeah.
That's pretty neat, huh? I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
basically it.
Relax a lot of tension in my whole arm.
Yeah. The event in the past, when you were 10 or 11, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
is released. And now the secondary effects are that the arm was tight, right? This is our doing arm.
Mm-hmm.
So if we feel like we can't do, then this arm has issues.
Mm-hmm.
But you just let that go out of your shoulder, and now you're going to feel secondary releases in your arm too. You're
Exactly.
feeling
Yeah.
that too?
Yeah. It kind of goes back and through the back of my arm.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's another release going on, and that has to do with doing chores and doing work and wanting to play.
Right.
You might get home today and realize, oh, I got to vacuum and do the dishes. And then you get an hour into it and you realize, oh, I'm not frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
Or, oh, I'm not thinking about all the things I'd rather be doing or
Right.
whatever. Because doing dishes can be just as fun as walking the dog or driving a car or
Mm-hmm.
playing a game, right?
Right.
Okay. Now look at Leslie and whether or not you notice if her shoulders are more rounded or lower.
Mm-hmm.
Notice how you feel when you tune into her. That's the result. So notice how you felt earlier, looking, or rewind the tape. See how you notice how you feel looking at her with her shoulders up or however they
Mm.
were. I didn't look. And now, how do you feel now looking at her?
Yeah, I definitely feel more
That's
grounded. Like,
And you do feel more grounded,
yeah.
right? Yeah. So this is it's easy work. It's simple work, but there's a lot going on. It's
So, do
just
you always kind of do a positive thing when you release something, or is that just as it happens? It just doesn't.
it's different for everybody.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Because I noticed that, like, it'd be like release something and then say something. So
Sometimes,
that
yeah.
seems maybe
The
not every time, but yeah.
You don't want to replace a bad program with a good program because all programs keep us from being in the moment. The
Mm,
idea is to shed the program. The positive program is a stepping stone to help you let go of programming in general.
okay.
But it can be hard to just let go of a negative and there's nothing there.
Right.
So we replace it with a good one. Oh, that feels better. But then after a while, you realize, oh, I don't need this good one. And the other thing is that, these sessions are very short. Everybody's a little bit different. Everybody's going to respond a little bit differently. The
Hmm.
really good news is if it doesn't work out, you just get back on the table.
Right.
because you aren't going to adjust something positive out of somebody's body.
Mm-hmm.
You're say, oh, you're really smart. Okay, let's get rid of that. Oh, you've got a lot of empathy and you're loving. Let's get rid of that. It just doesn't work. You know, like
That
at
just
the
is
core,
laughable.
right? The core of who we are is love and understanding and empathy and like all these
Right.
things. That's the core of who you are. What we're doing is we're peeling the layers off of that so that you can reveal that. You can't get
Mm-hmm.
rid of who you are.
Right.
It's not going away. We're revealing who we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. The secondary effects of those releases, like Leslie being more comfortable in doing your chores, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
those effects are going to unwind over the next few weeks.
Right. It's kind of your original blueprint. Like I feel like
Right.
we all are kind of this, and then we have these things happen to us that put us into
Right.
this.
We're peeling the layers
Yeah, you're
off so we can
taking
get
out
back to who
that.
we really
Yeah,
are.
it's like realigning with our true selves again. Yeah.
Yes. I like my true self. I didn't like that terrible self I used to have.
The one
The
that
one,
felt not enough
I
and
know.
suffering and
I know. That's right.
fearful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for getting this far into the program. Your wing release training is amazing, is going to be amazing, and was amazing.
Yeah.
And you'll get exactly what that means when you get through it. Thank you so much for being here. And I hope I get to meet you in person.
Yeah.
Right?
Of
All right.
course.
Cool. High
Yeah.
five.
High five.